It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. Queen3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. Queen3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. It's Queen3 and King on BS3 Network.
Hey, we back in the building. Queen3 and King podcast. And yes, I'm doing it again. I'm sitting in for the king himself. In fact, I put that in my name, in for King Doc. I'm AJ Jones. And I'm so glad to have the queens with me. And first of all, before we get to y'all's introduction, Mika, what was you doing in the intro?
Twerking?
Like, does it happen all the time? Like, every chance you get?
Yeah.
And she looking like, but didn't we talk last week about you being the quiet one and you didn't have.
Who said she was the quiet one? Somebody must have been lying. I am the quiet one. Thank you, Lord.
Okay, Mika, introduction.
Hey y'all, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. Been up since 4:30, so I might be asleep at 7:30.
We're gonna keep you up. We're gonna start with you first. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, the queen herself, Lee. Come on, Lee.
Hello, everyone. Greetings.
Come on, Lee.
Yes, Leah.
Did you do that?
AJ a part of the family now. He got me down to a science as Lee. You know,
AJ, I call her Lee. If I'm calling it, it's Lee.
Yep.
Okay, Lee. And the one that I am so honored to be in the presence of.
Oh, he not honored for us.
I'm very honored for y'all. But listen, this is my first time, so I got to give her a little extra. So,
okay, go for it.
Queen Dr. Smith.
Hello, everybody. Y'all, thanks for having me. So good to be back with family.
All right. We're glad to have you, Suge.
Of course.
And let me make her grand entrance. It is the quiet king, the queen, the one who, she was just real quiet growing up. She didn't have a whole season. She was just doing her thing. Come on, Queen Nicole.
Are you talking about Nicole Dawkins Briscoe?
Her.
That's the wrong person, baby.
She claimed her season.
Oh, baby, we heard about her season.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm telling people are still talking about that show. People are still talking about that show.
That was a fun show,
man. And then we had last week we were talking about "Cause I Said So."
Yeah.
And I don't know how my kids, they must have heard me through the door. Because it was like, Dad, you say that all the time. I ain't talking to you. Go sit down. Why? Because I said so. You heard the show with your little themselves. But we got another good one tonight. And real quick, let me honor again King Doc. He is out putting it in, getting ready for the NHL playoffs again.
Swear he worked for ESPN.
Man, I ain't mad at him though. I ain't mad at him at all because BS3 doing big things, right?
Yeah. Just
That's
keep me in that number.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. I said that on my show today. I'm glad to be at BS3. I'm staying at BS3. If the mothership called me and asked me to run afternoon or evening sports center, no. And I ain't playing either. I've been saying that for a long time. They can't pay me to go work over there.
Yes.
All right. Eric Butler says, hello, King and Queens. I'm King Jr.
Hey.
Brother Butler, I'm King Jr. And then Keisha, of course, says, family. Hey, Dr. Smith.
Hey. What's up, girl?
Now, am I in the family? Or did she include me? Or should I just
she included you.
You're all in there.
All right, let's get to it. Let's not waste any time. There was a comment made by a famous person on a show. And she was asked by the "Come Fix My Life" lady.
Yeah.
I always say her name wrong, but she said, "Would you date a bus driver?" And sister didn't blink. She filled up her chest with the words, if he owns the bus.
Hey.
Well, and baby, it was gone from there. It was gone from there. It was set off from there.
Yeah, that's all she had to say.
I tell you, and I even heard her rebuttal or her follow up on the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
I don't know if that made it any better.
It did.
It made it worse.
I think it did. I think it did. So, without further ado, this right off your head, not without a whole lot of thought, off your dome, Dr. Smith. I know you're happily married. I know love and happiness, not the right, wrong, but I'm just saying.
Pastor D.
Hey D.
I'm just saying. A bus driver.
I would marry a bus driver. I would, but he can't just be a bus driver though.
Okay, talk to us.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
I mean, I've been married for 15 years, so when we got married, we was both broke, right? And so
we were college broke.
We was real college broke. And so I believe in building with somebody, right? And then you got to be able to identify some things in that person. Like they may be a bus driver now, but you see a work ethic or you see some type of thing. Because the people who say, I'm not going to marry a bus driver, they're talking about they want a high value man. And so being a bus driver, you can still be a high value man because value is not just money.
Okay.
Hello.
Dr. Smith, hold on. I gotta stop what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because he about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to.
Come on.
Let's get the King Smith in right now.
The King D.
Hey,
Derek.
Yeah. I know what he wanted to say, but he was nice enough to include us. So yeah. We're gonna take care of it, Doc. I promise you, we're gonna take care of it. Okay. Go ahead, finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying, like, you got to be able to bring some type of value to me. And what I mean by that is I'm looking for somebody who can provide and protect, not just provide financially, but provide a safe space for me to land, to provide security, you know what I mean? To provide someone that I know has my back at all times. Now, if you do all of those things and you're a bus driver, then I can ride with that. And then we're going to find a way for you to own the bus depot or figure out some kind of way so that we can add the financial part to it. But if you're a bus driver, but you have goals and aspirations, you have drive, then I'm good with it.
Okay. Hold on real quick. Mika, are you switching up? Do we need to get you over here? Okay. So get rid of the other one.
Yeah.
I like it. Mika said you don't know which way I'm coming, but I'm here.
There you go.
All right, so I'm taking notes. Dr. Smith, yours have been duly noted. All right, Lee, off the dome, no thought, no raw emotion, and all that. Would you, again, happily married? I know where my brother at. Hey, bro.
Hey, Brandon.
He's probably on the lake.
Would you marry a bus driver? Would you date a bus driver?
Meet me at the altar in your address. Because yes, I would. What are we talking? I don't even understand why this became a discussion. And I do know why it became a discussion because I think it was her delivery too. She like snooted her nose up and was like, if he owned it, as to say that someone who's driving a bus is not successful. I'm with Selena. If you bring in other things to the table, then absolutely, I'm going to support your dream. I think it's so important that we get hung up on this whole financial aspect that we forget and neglect everything else. We've seen too many situations where somebody is financially stable, but they treat their woman like crap. Right. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you find the person that's going to pour into you in every way and he's a go-getter, as long as you are continuing to build yourself, if you are continuing to chase after your dreams and to keep succeeding and always wanting better, I have no problem with you being a bus driver.
Okay. All right. I heard it. I felt that in you too. All right. Let's go to the other queen. And again, now, Nicole, happily married, been married for a minute. It ain't new to you. It's true.
23 years.
23 years. She ain't playing with it, y'all. She doing it. A bus driver. Again, not negating Mr. Man, but could have been a bus driver 23 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. It could have been. But because I'm with the other ladies, I don't think that his title means anything if he's a provider and all those good things and stuff, and he's treating me well and the kids are taken care of and all those good things. Why not? He may not be a bus driver all his life, because with my husband, he was driving a limo service, working for a limo service.
Okay,
and
so
now
he was still doing transportation.
Yeah, now he still owns his own moving company now.
All right.
So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Got you. All right, let me come to my single sister, my single queen. What's up?
Hey.
Mika, come on now. A bus driver, you know how you roll it. You know how you like to roll. You know how you like to get it. You know how you like to see it. A bus driver.
Absolutely. Me and Selena were out for Cinco de Mayo. We went to Gloria's and we saw this guy. She's like, okay, what if he's a bus driver? I was like, hook me up. I had told her about the show and we were just talking about it. But yes, absolutely, I would, only because I've had 6-figure or 7-figure dudes, and so have other women, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't care about loyalty, or not all of them. That's not, I don't want to generalize.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put that on everybody. Okay. But like, I think sometimes the the blue collar guys are more loyal. They have different ambition. They have different drive. Loyalty is different. So yeah, absolutely I would. But does he have to have drive? Yes. We can't just say we're not going to always be a bus driver.
Right.
What are we going to do?
I heard that 4 times. I heard that same sentiment 4 times. Before I get to that, let me hit Keisha real quick. Keisha said, heck yeah, I'll date a bus driver. The bus passes cost too much. Hell yeah, I'll be a bus bunny.
Not the bus pass.
Keisha, low key in a private message, send me your number, girl. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Facebook user, this is probably y'all auntie.
Is that you, auntie?
No, that's someone, Eric Smith. He needs to give StreamYard permission.
Eric say, what if they have a fleet of buses?
All right,
now. You think, Eric?
Beat me.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, now, and that's part of my thing, baby. If you tripping because you get on the bus and I'm driving and you don't wait for me and let that thing breathe for a second, then you might not find out that I own.
Exactly.
But that's okay. That's a whole nother part of the conversation. We'll get back to it.
Exactly.
All right. And then let me get Rachel on here. I love public transit and would love to hear about a bus driver's day regularly. Only if they liked their job and treated all their riders with respect.
That's right.
I like that because that tells me something else now. That tells me that when she laid up and he laid up and they cuckooing and she, baby, tell me about your day. And it sounds like she really wants to hear that. Okay, now let me come back to y'all because I love you queens. Hold on, let me hit this last one. Absolutely, if he's a good person. Yes. Now, who is that? Can y'all see who that is?
I can't. I'm trying to. Y'all make sure you give permission. Mika, you have the link that you had last week?
Ooh, I can find it. I can try to find it.
I'm about to say I can too. I didn't know if you just had it on your computer.
I didn't have it on. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, let me jump back into this thing for a second. All 4 of you, phenomenal, extraordinary, virtuous,
virtuous.
In one moment or another, worked in the but he can't always stay. He's got to have the drive to do this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's levels to this thing.
Absolutely.
The queen with Ileana said I can only date him if he owns the bus. That was her level. Y'all are saying I'll date him as a bus driver, but at some point he's got to have a higher level. So what's the difference? Everybody seems to have a level. Dr. Smith, you go first.
Okay, yes. But see, for one, does she prove herself to be a high value woman off top? Like if you already at a certain level, then you can expect somebody else to come to you at that level. But you have to first prove yourself to be a valuable person. And if you don't plan on growing with somebody, marriage ain't for you anyway. Like being with another person is not for you because you have to have a mindset of we're going to grow together regardless. When I met my husband, he had just graduated college, I believe, and he wasn't working in his field. He was working at Central Market, a grocery store, and trying to do like cars or something. There was a lady or a girl who was trying to talk to him as well at the church, and she was like, "Well, he don't have a good job. I mean, he have an engineering degree, but he don't work in his field." I was like, "Oh, that's fine." Like, cause I could see past that, so you got to be able to see past the level that they are right now.
Yeah.
Even if you start off at a level and he's higher, but he's like they said, an asshole, and he can't business relationships, or just the relationship between you, he gonna lose that.
Yeah.
So if he's not able to even keep what he has and cultivate the things that he has now because of his character, then it's not gonna matter where you meet him at. Mm-hmm. Where y'all gonna end up at?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I'm gonna bookmark that too, and I'm coming back, Dr. Smith. All right, Lee. What's the difference between levels? I mean, y'all just have.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm getting so distracted by the comments coming in.
You know what? And I want to get to them, but I want to get to y'all first.
No, let me throw them
in. Eric Butler told me to get y'all. Come on, bro.
I'm glad you brought his up because I want to address that.
Bus driving is a career path, so he has to change his chosen career path and role.
I am so glad you brought that up because no, I'm not saying that he has to change his career path, but as a woman and that's successful in her career path, I always want to elevate. I'm not saying I'm not already successful, but I want my guy and myself to have the mind to always want more. I always want to do better. I always want to provide a better lifestyle for my kids, for us, so that we can create generational wealth. It's not saying that he has to change career paths. I never said that. I'm just saying there's elevation to your career path, your career of choice too. It's not necessarily you staying a bus driver. Maybe you become, I don't even know how that works, but
maybe you become the manager of all bus drivers.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe you're in management. It's a career path that you just want to continue to elevate. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hold that thought. Let me get a couple on. Is this just a question for ladies? There are lots of ladies that I've tried to holler at a couple of them ladies that drive buses now. I'm trying to tell you, they some good, baby.
I'd
have messed around and missed my stop. Run it back. Do it again. It is not just a question for the ladies. All right. Jared says, I think the sentiment is that bus driver equals struggles. This is kind of where I'm at. That's not accurate. The person drives a bus, but be financially responsible to the degree that they are not struggling. People can mistakenly equate your occupation to your overall value.
Very true.
All the time.
And I think that's where I was kind of getting at with her level was, he got to own the bus. Y'all level is he can start off driving the bus, but at some point he's got to grow. But the reality is, I know people who were janitors and they left millions of dollars to schools or to their children or grandchildren. How they did that, I don't know. But
being financially responsible is what we require.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But now I love it. Don't come get me after I say this.
Okay.
Y'all said growth, and now you're saying financial responsibility. Which one is it?
Doesn't that come with growth?
You can't be financially responsible if you're not growing. It does. It's a mindset.
To me, it goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand.
Well, I got some homeboys I don't ever want y'all to meet because they got tons of money. And them blanks are not financially responsible. And they will tip you to keep you quiet and go tip and do what they want to do.
It's not going to stay that way. If you're not financially responsible, you putting money with a hole in a bag with a hole in it. It's not going to stay that way.
You better come on, money with the hole in it. Now, come on, Jesus.
All right, hold on. Let me get another one on. Y'all saying the same as her.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Your levels,
I think you're missing
your levels are different.
Yeah.
No, see, because I said he could be a bus driver, but that's not all he can be. What I mean is his value has to come from somewhere else. He could be a bus driver, but he got to be making sure that I'm taken care of emotionally, making sure that he's emotionally available for me, making sure that he's providing and protecting me and my household, and still be a bus driver.
Use your words, because I'm hearing you now.
Yes.
I wasn't hearing you before. Because when you were saying growth, I was thinking growth. But now you're saying he's got to make me secure. He's got to make me feel protected. He's got to make me feel emotionally.
Yes. And I think we all piggybacked on her when she said that. Like, it has to be in different areas, not just financially. You have to come
you have to be a high value man. And
absolutely,
not just financially. Your value.
That's what I'm saying. And we equate high value to high value financially. Like all men who are high value don't have to make 6 figures. He can make $75,000 and have no school loans and loyal, who loves God, who who is contribute to his community, all that stuff. He's not to the average girl. He's not high value, but to us, he's high value.
Yeah. What's the average salary
for a black man in America? $45,000,
like 45, 50,000. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's going hard every day to do the best that he can for me, I'm gonna be right there to support him. Period.
You have to be.
But you have to be pouring into me in every other way, and that goes for me too. I can't set this standard for him and me just being like, well, I'm just gonna be the bare minimum female.
And I put that up for that very reason. Should a man judge a woman by the same?
Absolutely.
If she's not adding value to you, what are you doing?
I think we're different though. And I'm just gonna say it for the most part. I'm not generalizing all women. I'm definitely not generalizing y'all on the show. Mm-hmm. What the sister said about he's got to own the bus is probably more true of a lot of women. A man will look at the sister handing him his bag out the drive-through window and say, hey, what's up? Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all not doing that. You are not going to get your bag from a drive-through and be trying to get a phone number with it. You're not going to do that.
Probably because he ain't cute, though.
I was going to say, what is his teeth doing?
What is the nails doing? Is there dirt under the fingernail?
I need one of them church nurses to come and fan me, because you did not say what his teeth doing, and you're not saying what. So you mean to tell me if he's good looking with nice teeth in the drive-through of a, I know y'all don't do Wendy's and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, we do. Hold on.
We're not that bougie.
I do it proud. Any day.
Not on a Saturday night though. But that's another thing.
I mean, I don't want to go on a date at the wedding.
I don't want to.
Sister Smith and Sister Nicole and really Lee, you can't say nothing. Mika, good and well, you're not pulling out of the drive-through of a fast food restaurant.
Why not?
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask for a number there, though.
No, AJ, we not too proud. Give me that 4 for 4.
And if he takes me to Chick-fil-A, holla at me.
Mess around and be a franchise owner. Let me put some more of these comments up. The two things don't necessarily go together. There are people who make an insane amount of money, but they have an insane amount of debt. If you're going to measure value, it's going to be based on net worth rather than income. It's a good point.
Because you can make $200,000 but have $750 in debt that you're not doing anything with.
Yeah.
How we moving?
Broke.
Let me get the king on, because it's his show. They bougie, AJ. My bad. Just forget it. Show's over, y'all.
Get back to that game.
Get back to that
game or whatever you was doing.
Show is over.
Listen, I just want to say, we're not going to ask for the number through the drive-through, because you can't measure value that way. Now, true. If I meet you somewhere and we're talking and we have a good time and you're talking about your, endeavors and just the type of person that you are, and then it comes out that you work at the local Wendy's, then that's different. But I can't measure your value through the drive.
Doc. So how you gonna meet him out somewhere if you don't get a number and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we can talk when you ain't hanging out the drive-through window. Meet me over at 5:50-15, and let's talk.
Because I'm a person of purpose. My purpose is to get this 4 for 4 through this drive-through. My purpose is
Hold on. Let me take this down and put it back up again. This your purpose right here. This here is your purpose.
And that's why she focused on the 4 for 4. I ain't looking.
She gonna ride through with Derek and they can go home.
Okay. All right. So let's get back to this. BS3 straight for you, Mika. If he works at Chick-fil-A, Mika down.
My
like
pleasure.
A mug.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
So I want to dig into this a little bit more. I feel like men being more visual might see someone who is not in a high value job, but might at least make the attempt to connect so that they can find out more. And I know some people are going sexual, or they just trying to holler and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I believe you'd be surprised because sometimes that's just a means to an end for a woman. She might be working there while she's going to school. She might be working there and another job while she's trying to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Do men get that same kind of opportunity if they're bus drivers and you're only seeing them tearing your transfer?
As a society, no.
No.
If we're talking about in general, no.
And I'm gonna be totally honest and real. No, because we see them for who they are right now. A lot of women do not see the value in a man for 6 months to a year to 5 years to 10 years from now. I've been guilty of it. Even in my 20s, I'm like, he is just this right now, but not knowing, like you said, what if he's in school? What if he's trying to do this? What if he's loyal? What if he is a family man? What if he loves God? Like we didn't take that into account. And a lot of times women don't, that's not the first thing we're looking at. I'm just being honest.
If we did, this wouldn't be a thing. This whole
exactly
wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
What's
exactly.
crazy to me is this is not new. Let me take you back.
No.
I'm not dating nobody. Y'all probably don't know this movie I'm about to bring out. Morris Chestnut and Dwayne Wade's wife.
Vivica Fox.
Deliver Us from Eva.
Gabrielle Union.
Deliver Us from Evil. Eva.
Yeah.
He picked her up in a delivery truck.
Mm-hmm.
But he owned a business that delivered stuff. And she was all tense and tight because she's in a delivery truck.
Yeah.
But the man owned the business, and it was a movie, so they allowed it to play out. But in reality, y'all know good and well that'd have been the last date.
But I don't know, because even if you think about like the Tyler Perry movies, they always set the black guy to be up. Yeah, like at the bottom of the barrel, right. And let's be real, bottom of the barrel, trying to get his business off the ground or working at the factory, the warehouse or something. And then by the end of the movie, he's this millionaire that that if she just would have held on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, acrimony. One of these days we'll come back and I want to talk about acrimony because I don't feel like I've gotten that out of my spirit.
Ooh, that was a good movie.
That to me is his best movie, bar none. I don't want to hear it. It's already been proven. But
it's a 2 coming out. It's an acrimony 2 coming out.
I don't want to see it too. Oh, wow. I don't want to see it too. That one right there is not done yet. There's still life in that thing.
It sure is.
All right, but listen, before we take let's do this. Let's take our bottom of the hour break.
Okay.
When I come back, I kind of want to finish that thought of the different levels. Like her level was way up there, and y'all are like, nah, that ain't me. I do that. But y'all's levels are right here, and I want to kind of flip the script a little bit. All right, we'll do that when we come back. It's Queen3 and King podcast. I keep trying to call his name because I know he's listening out there, and y'all done made the man mad because y'all told him to get back to
I cussed him out earlier. But go ahead and take a break.
You threatened to hit him in his back? We'll be right back after this on Queen3 and King podcast on BS3 TV.
I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they're automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned, double. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant, double. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard, also double. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
PS3 Network, changing the way you listen to podcasts.
Man, that's what they're doing. And I love being a part of it too. BS3 TV. If you don't have a Roku streaming device, get you one, and download BS3 TV. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. And you can check out more of Queen3 and King podcast. All right, Mika's calling timeout. What's up, Mika?
What?
Selena was going hard on whatever she was doing over there. Just FYI, y'all.
Oh.
First of all,
I want to know what she was doing.
I was quenching my thirst.
What you got in your cup?
Water.
What kind of water? Holy water?
Cold water.
Oh, okay.
She did good.
All
And
right.
then I got when Jesus turned water into
There it is, King. No.
That's a commercial called All Break.
All right. Let me get Erica with a K in here real quick. Erica with a K in here said, my husband
Hey, Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Erica.
could be a stay-at-home dad if that's what works for us. If he's
Bless
loyal,
Jesus.
and if he is committed to me. I was married to an NFL coach, and it was horrible.
Hello. Erica just spoke the truth.
Let's get back to it. Let's get back in it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So when we left, you said her standards was up here and we right here.
Y'all had
I'm too
different
close to her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Bring it right here.
Okay.
Right here.
But Vanita says she agrees. I guess she agrees with Erica.
Vanita, what do you agree with? Tell us what you're agreeing with.
Vanita, what do you agree? Type it out.
And
for us.
welcome, Vanita.
Is that your Sarah, the one that wears our colors?
That is our Sarah.
The one that wears our colors. But anyway,
Yes.
so y'all have standards. Okay. She was married to an NFL player.
Okay.
Listen, I have a cousin who was with an NFL player who was like a known NFL player and has a child by him. And I have a friend now who is with an ex-NBA player. And those lives are miserable. And my friend who was with the ex-NBA player, she's like, people keep saying, oh, but you got that money. Oh, he's giving you money. He's poor. She's like, it's not what is,
That's
you know
not
what I'm saying?
everything.
It's not what it's shot up to be like. If you only knew, like, because now you got to compete with folks. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that when you leave the house, you got to be on 10 all day, every day. You got to make sure that you keep his attention because he has so many people throwing their panties and things at them because they're known. And not
Come on, panties.
the person that they are, but just because they're known. So if you can eliminate all of that, but you have a man who pours into you, like spiritually, who pours into you emotionally, financially, it might not be a whole bunch of money, you know what I'm saying? But he's providing and protecting you. That's worth more than somebody who makes all of this money.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I've talked to guys who make, like I said, 6, 7, 8 figures. That's nothing to them. To them, that's nothing. But loyalty and all that stuff. But I'd rather have loyalty and you loving God and me, you really having a true relationship, spending time with our family and all that stuff, because everybody wants that dude. To me, everybody wants him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody wants him, and he knows it.
Let me jump in with this real quick. My grandparents were married 72 years. My grandfather was in World War II.
Come on, 72.
72.
Well, my grandfather got out of the war and went to work at the shipyards. And I mean, he might have got some promotions, but granddaddy didn't leave owning the ship.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
But my grandmother, I sat in the room with him now. He said, watch this. My grandmother passed that room 7 times. 7 times she found a reason to come in that room and found a reason to touch her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, are you cold?
I'm gonna find a reason to take him too, Lord.
And he kept looking at me like, I said, Granddaddy, you still got it, man. But listen to me. Granddaddy's
you better know it.
increased, but there was something that he provided my grandmother that she wasn't worried about the football play, and she was pretty as the day is long.
Yeah,
value was increased.
Baseball players and all that. So again, that one lady's levels were right there, but we still saying the same thing, just on a different level. They got to grow into something that they may never want to be, may never be called to be.
Yeah.
See, I think your grandfather's value to his wife increased, and that's all we want. We want
That's
an increase in value to us, regardless of what it is for other people. Because if you are worried about whether or not your man is a bus driver, you worried about what other people think.
Yes,
right. It has nothing to do with me. What has something to do with me is the value that you bring to me. So if you're a high value man and you bring value to my life and allow me to do the same, like vice versa, then that's all I want.
Yeah, okay. Because if Brandon came in here right now and said, I want to go work for Dart and I'm going to drive buses, you're going to be the best damn bus driver there is. And you're going to bring the hell out of them buses. Do you?
And I'm going to ride some of those routes with you.
Yes, because I'm going to support him. And I think that's what
the important.
Like, I think that's what we're missing. And even what Derek said, like, we equate bus driver to struggling. And that is so true as a society, because we like, oh, he just drive a bus. But I've known people that have had lifelong careers with Dart and done very well for their family.
But
live a comfortable life.
But value equals money to us.
That,
to them.
Is he a good father? Is he a provider? How does he treat me? How does he treat my children?
Does he protect me? Like, does he make me feel stable? Am I secure? Yeah.
Time out. Let me jump in here. I got to mix this up. I hear y'all, and right now I feel like we wading in the water. But here's the thing: you say that, but are you gonna take him to your business function?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Why wouldn't we?
After 5 dress, or are you going to be somewhat ashamed of the fact that you about to introduce your big money friends and big money coworkers to your bus driving husband?
You got some 6-figure out here who don't know how to act in front of company. So yes, absolutely I would. Yes.
Nikki, you've been.
And we're gonna be in there gigging.
You've been real quiet
at the party. We gonna be at the party like.
And me working.
Nicole, help me out, please. Talk to me. Make it plain.
Oh, right.
What you want to hear?
What are you thinking? You haven't said much.
No, they've been talking, so I just been letting them talk. But me personally, I don't think that it makes a difference, because I was thinking about whenever I met Michael Finley at one of the clubs in town, and what is it, Deion Sanders Club one year, and Ted got upset because I didn't talk to him, because he wanted me to talk to him to go, to meet up with him and stuff. But that I just didn't feel like that was the person for me to hook up with. And at that time I was thinking about it, and then I was like thinking, okay, what's the purpose of being with a celebrity like that? Because they're going to be doing things. You already know they're going to do different things when they're on the road. Most of them, especially if you meet them in the clubs and all that kind of stuff. And there were other women and all that good stuff. So I just decided that I didn't want to do that. But at the same time, when I met my husband, I met him at a club, but it was different. And so we did struggle. We struggled, and for a long time, like most people do. But after a while, like I said, now everything is okay, because he did what he was supposed to do, what God wanted him to do. And that was to marry. And I think that when you get married and stuff with someone, that helps you in your walk with Christ, if both of y'all are on the same page.
He that finds a wife finds a good thing, and they obtain favor
from the
Lord. And I believe that with everything that is within me. My wife will be the key to our favor. And that favor will keep flowing as I'm honoring her, as I'm cherishing her, as I'm loving her, regardless of my financial level. I will be the priest, the protector, and the provider of my home, but it will not be based on income.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is where I was going to go next. And then I'll hit Larry's comment. So he's not growing. He's not being promoted. He's just steady Eddie, 40 years driving that bus. But he bringing his check home. I know they don't bring the check home now. It's just a direct deposit. And he ain't asking, but not, baby, just give me a little bit so I can get some lunch and, I can get my hair cut and da-da-da-da-da. But everything else is yours. If he does not grow the way that we think he should grow, is he still that guy in your eyes? Nicole, I'm gonna go to you first.
Yes, he is. He's still that guy for me and my family.
Okay. Mika. Mika said he got to get a promotion or two, else I'm sorry.
But to me, growth means you're being stagnant. And stagnant doesn't, like, to me, like, what drive do you have behind that? So I see what other people are saying, like, as long as you bring a check home, no, but are you trying to grow? And then it's even deeper than that. Are you satisfied with what you're doing? Are you okay with what you're doing? Do you need me to help you to grow? Like, I have a bunch of questions behind that.
Oh, I need to get to Dr. Smith and I need to get to Lee, but I need to come back to you on that because what I'm hearing, I'll come back to you. Don't let me forget. I'm older, so y'all don't let me forget.
Okay.
Dr. Smith, the whole check is there. He only wants, baby, I need lunch, I need my haircut, I need gas. Everything else for the house, the kids, you.
But see, I think that, first of all, Keisha K.R. took that money that old boy had while he was in jail and flipped it. So we're going to flip it regardless. If you give it to him, we're going to make things happen. But I think that a man who has a woman or a wife who motivates him and who uplifts him, they're not just going to want to stay.
Yeah.
Like Mika said, you're going to pour into them. It may not be a different position on their job, but somewhere else, they're going to be doing
some other area.
Okay. So
something else.
Lee, I'm going to take you as a check on the same sentiment from Mika and from Dr. Smith.
Yes,
I got you in a different category. But let me let y'all hear what y'all are not hearing yourselves say.
Okay.
You're saying that your standard is this. You're saying that your expectation is this, even if that's not that man's expectation for himself. You got to make him grow. You got to make him be motivated. You got to want him to be something other than what he may be comfortable being.
I think it's a shared values thing. You're going to.
It's not shared. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
But if it's not shared, then that ain't the person for me.
Okay. So
exactly. I was about to say, well, this ain't my person.
Okay. Because that's what you're saying. You're trying to make this bus driving man want promotions. You're trying to make this bus driving man want multiple streams of income and want to grow.
No. I'm not trying to make him want anything. I said the bus driver that I would date, because I said I would date a bus driver, right?
Right.
But the one that I date is going to have some shared values with me, because then we're unequally yoked. Unequally yoked has nothing to do with religion or whatever. It's all about your shared values. And if he's a bus driver but has the same shared values, that's the one I would date. Now, will I date a bus driver who has no goals, who has no shared values with me, who has no motivation to do more for himself and for me, and not just financially and as far as his job? That's not the bus driver for me.
Okay, so is it that he doesn't have drive, desire, goals, or he doesn't have your drive, desire, and goals?
If we don't have a shared one, it doesn't have to be just mine.
You better preach about that shared.
Talking to them and you start dating and gathering data and communicating, you're communicating your values and your goals, and they're communicating theirs. If they are shared, that's the one for me. And that's how you know. If it's a person who's like, this is what I'm going to do and I'm not doing nothing else, and I'm not trying to buy a home, I'm not trying to be financially responsible, I'm not trying to be emotionally available to you, I'm not trying to provide and protect you, provide you with emotional stability and safety and security, that's not the bus driver for me. Now, will I date a bus driver? Yes, but he has to also have those things.
Yes, it's other things. I think that I think that one of the things that we're doing is we're just saying like we're equating a bus driver to, oh, he got to be successful. He always got to be one more, or always got to be doing this, always got to be doing that, or what I'm trying to do. No, I want us both to pour into each other to want to do better in whatever we're going in after, whatever goal that we set. Okay, we want to have this paid down together. Let's both work towards that. Okay, cool. I want to go get my master's. Cool. We're going to go do that. He may want to move around and go back to school. Okay, let me hold this piece down while you do that. But we have to be sharing some of the same, like she said, shared values to where we are going after the same goals. Now, if you don't want to work hard and go after goals and achieve things to leave to our kids, then you're probably not going to be my bus driver.
Okay.
But I feel like that should be a male's perspective too. And a lot of males take down.
I was just getting ready to go there. Let me get a couple of these comments. And normally we attract what we are.
You're right, John.
I want to go back to Dr. Smith. Inherently, a man wants the best for his family. If that means I need to increase in whatever shape, form, or fashion, that's it. Then I will do it for the sake of
yes.
The unspoken element is that many women desire their men, and I know what you mean on the spelling, to carry and have prestige. Bus drivers, waste management, mechanic, blue-collar positions are not celebrated, revered, or respected generally.
What women are you talking about, Eric?
That's in the eye of the beholder. Like some women do.
Larry D. Lewis said,
I need to change your audience.
Because it's not a reality, but let that bus driver approach them tomorrow with their sorors and or church members. That's a totally different story. So he said,
who hurt you, Larry?
He said when it's in your face. Larry says, my brother loves driving his bus and does not want to do anything else. He's very, 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 very successful financially and otherwise. Now what? All right, so
now he can go
I need to hook him up with somebody.
Let us know. Let us know what route he on. So me and my sister.
I'm like Larry. I ain't sending nobody into this water right here. This deep water, and I need that Jaws music right now. All right, so here's the thing. Have you ever been in a situation where you equated to the bus driver?
That I equated to the bus driver? What bus driver are we talking?
The bus driver that somebody was like, yeah, I'm gonna check you out for a little while, but I'm gonna need you to grow. I'm gonna need you to provide value. I'm gonna need you to, to be the queen and to take care of the home and or whatever their expectation was.
Can I be honest? I don't think men really equate us to the bus driver. I think they're looking for you to take care of the house, make sure the food is cooked, make sure make sure you look good, make sure I don't think as long as we're covering those things, I don't think we can be the bus driver.
There's a few of us out here that can cook and can clean and can take care of our house. I mean,
and the children and all the
children. And in fact, I don't like a lot of people around my kids, so I don't care how she take care of my kids. I'm gonna take care of them. And if we get to a certain point, then you might meet them. But until then, I got all of this. Like, got it.
So give us a better description of that. Because you see the queens, we all like this.
I guess what you said, like with us, I didn't cook. When I first met my husband, it literally.
Please say your word. You testified.
I didn't cook. And so most men want a woman who's gonna cook, you know what I mean? They had a meal prepared. And I was like, so if that's what you're looking for, like that ain't me, because I don't cook. And his family was like, she don't cook. Like, how do you eat? I'm like, do it look like I'm missing meals? Like, I know how to order. I know how to, but that was a thing for them. Like, I guess to his family, that would be me to a bus driver maybe because I didn't cook. Like, I'm not the homemaker type of person.
No, don't put that on yourself, Link. Don't put that on yourself.
You got some people testifying.
You're a hater, but I cook now. So
John, you see my face. I said testify.
I had to grow like the bus driver and have and you know what I'm saying, do something different. But I cook now, and now all I do is cook. I don't even.
I hate to put y'all on the spot, but for the sake of reality, Did he pressure you to cook?
No.
No.
His mama.
Let me get out your question.
Told him to come into the kitchen so she can teach him how to cook before you get you she said Sally or Sue, didn't know my name was Selena, but they can't cook, so I can teach you how to cook. And so he cooked because his mama taught him how to cook, and I was okay with that.
And that's what my mom did with me and my sister. She took us to the kitchen at 8 and 9.
But there's one tripping over there because he could take care of himself in that aspect.
Okay. But not even that. Dee knew that she had value in other areas.
He
wasn't concerned about the cooking part.
I got y'all, but I'm saying, does the man get that same grace or deepness where you see the value beyond the occupation, especially beyond a
absolutely?
Yes.
Here's the next question: how long does that last? How long before you're like, oh, this ain't?
It's your man forever.
Yeah, I mean, the connection has to be made. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a connection that's made because of shared. Again, I'll go back to shared values. Because when we met, I was working at Walmart.
Yeah, that's the phrase for the
Walmart.
Yeah.
In the jury department.
Yeah.
And in college.
Yeah.
And so there was absolutely no money being made. I told you we went on dates for $6 at Wendy's.
But that was a good day, Selena.
It was a good day for me because I was broke. But I'm saying, like, he had to understand that, like, where I am now is not where I'm gonna always be. Because
to Derek's point, though, I think this is where the double standard comes in. I think that the period of grace or the period of seeing the growth that you want to see in him, rather whether he sees it in himself, I don't think the time frame is the same from a man to a woman. Let's go back to that movie Acrimony. Brother kept telling this battery gonna be the biggest thing in the world. She said, okay. She was cool until her sisters and them wasn't cool. And all of a sudden her sister's expectations became her expectations for her man.
But are you married to him or are your sisters married to him?
Well, all I know is I saw the movie and apparently all of them was married to him because
that's the problem right there.
They collectively decided that he wasn't never going to hit with that battery until that joker hit. And
I think it's because they were putting things that were sentimental to them, like the mom's house and stuff, in jeopardy. And so when you mess with emotional things, you're gonna react emotionally. And I think that's how her sisters were reacting. So then she in turn reacted emotionally. When you take emotion out of it and just be like, this is my husband, I'm set on him, he's saying he gonna do this, and so I'm gonna support him, then that's what you do.
But you know good and well, if it's a bus driver, that emotion gonna hit on the day when he least expected. You gonna come home, your feet gonna be hurting, your head gonna be hurting. Mm-hmm. It's that time of the month. Somebody got on your nerve at work that you don't like, and all of a sudden his finances gonna be a problem.
And that can have going on at once. Usually, if it's one of those things are gonna happen, it's a whole bunch of other things that have led up to that. It's not just the financial piece. You pissed off with him on multiple things, so it's not just the finances that's gonna set that off.
But if he's got multiple accounts across the world and there's 7 figures in each one of them, that emotional piece ain't gonna happen as fast as if he was a bus driver.
Well, if you got multiple accounts all over the world, you probably got multiple beds all over the world too. So
get
another discussion.
I don't know. See, again, we doing a whole lot of generalization. Not every billionaire is out there creeping.
I mean,
no, not every.
I'm not saying every, but I'm even saying just from the women we heard it from today in the comments. Like, it's people that have dealt with that lifestyle, and it hasn't been a pleasure, like a pleasurable experience. And I'm just saying that can be the same, like we can kind of intermingle those. And I think we're making a lot of general statements talking about this. So
because Eric makes me want to think, what you talking about, Eric, over there? I've seen a couple comments like, I wish I was on this show and all this stuff. What you talking about?
Yeah, but go ahead and tell us what you wish you wanted, like what you're saying. All I've heard him say is that we wouldn't date a bus driver. And we would. And I would. I absolutely would. I would date one. I would date one today. Okay, married.
You better not. I think society paints the picture as though men have to have it together. I don't think as women we are put at the same expectation. I think that's what I've been trying to get at. Regardless of women these days being able to obtain higher positions in their careers and driven, we are still not pressured as much as men to have it together, especially in the Black community.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
I don't know who that is. Y'all got to tell me.
I think that still might be Eric. Maybe
I saw a video today on like a TikTok or something, and it was like a spoof, of course, but it was a girl who got in a car with a guy, and she was like,
Lakia,
before we start this date, do you own your own house, or do you live with your mom? And he was like, nah, I live by myself. She was like, do you have good credit? And he was like, yeah, my credit's good. Do you make 6 figures? And he was like, yeah, I'm good or whatever. And she was like, okay, because whatever. And he was like, so what about you? Like, where do you work? Well, I'm going to get my OnlyFans page, up and running. But you live by yourself. And she was like, I live with my homegirls, but we trying to make it work. And he was like, well, then you get out the car because you questioning me with all this stuff, but you're not breaking. And I totally agree with that. But
absolutely,
yeah. At the beginning, where the girl who said that she wouldn't date a bus driver, like he has to own the bus, what value is she bringing? Because you can't be this low value woman and then expect this high value man to give you. And I totally agree with what you're saying about that. But what I'm saying is, if I'm bringing everything that I have to the relationship and I'm a high value woman, not just financially, I expect my man to be the same thing.
Yes,
because I think we're gonna be equally yoked. You can't be a high value man and have a low value woman and vice versa. And so I agree with that. Whereas men don't put as much pressure on the woman, and where we around here talking about like, if he don't make 6 figures, he can't holler at me. Like, I get that because that's not realistic, and so I do agree with that.
But I hate that that's the picture that represents the women, because that's not all women, but a lot of, if just having this conversation, a lot of men are saying, oh yeah, we don't get that same grace, because there's like the commercials that you see, what you see on media, social media, that's what the women are saying. Oh, he got to have 6 figures. He got to have this and that. That's not the majority though.
And I think that's where we get it confused. I think that's where Eric is like, okay, so what are y'all saying? We have to have 6 figures? No, we're saying you have to have loyalty. You have to be able to protect.
You have to have me.
You need to have me.
Like, you gotta have me.
I like that. I like that. We down to final remarks. Nikki, Nicole, guess what happened? I was on a first date with a young lady, and she said, "What's your last name again?" She was on her phone. "What's your last name again?" And I told her. She said, "When is your birthday?" Just casual. I told her. That woman was running her credit
background check.
Yeah.
Right next to me. And when my life alert clicked and bang, I said, "Oh, you running a background check on me? Hold on, baby. Put that thing in park and say, before we go anywhere, let me tell you a couple of things."
Oh my God.
And mind you, her background check came out far worse than my decent background check. The fact that she felt like she could do it sitting next to me.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And I wouldn't know.
Wow.
But guess what? She was the bus driver, or she needed a bus driver. I'll just put it that way. All right. Final remark. Yes. Nicole, you go first.
Ooh.
Thank you, Lord.
Spicy.
You ended that thing.
Nicole.
Okay. First of all, I just want to go back to what I said earlier in the beginning of the podcast when I was talking about how my husband was driving the limo and all that kind of stuff, that he was in transportation. He did transportation for many years, but he worked his way up to doing on his own because he was that kind of a man, and took in 2 children that wasn't his and provides for them even to this day. So I can't say anything really negative about anybody, because anybody can change. And no matter what your background is or your ethnicity or all those kind of things, you can still change. And every woman is not the same, and every man is not the same, and every relationship is not the same.
Amen. Amen. Dr. Smith.
I would just say that my final remarks are, regardless of if they are a bus driver or a trash man or whatever, as long as they have a mutual respect for you, a mutual understanding, they provide and protect for you emotionally, physically, mentally, that, it's whatever. Get the person that is there for you and that has your shared values, and don't worry about how much money they make.
Amen. Mika!
I'm going to say that I think differently than I did when I was in my 20s than I am in my 30s. And I think the most important things right now do not have a monetary value. I think you need to be able to look at a person for who they are as a whole and not who they are just as a financial person. So I'm thinking, as you get to know a person, make sure you know who they are, what they bring, family values, do they love God, all of that. And finances are no longer number one on my list. Thank you, Lord. I've been delivered.
I feel like that's a big moment. I feel like that's a hallelujah moment. I don't know why. I don't know you long, but I feel like that's a hallelujah moment. So
I'm here though. I'm here for it, Lord. Bring him here to me, Jesus.
All right. All right. Lee.
I think we had somebody in the comments that said they had a successful bus driver. Mika is open. So if he's available, she said she would date a bus driver. She said it. Don't take it back now.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Larry Lewis's brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Lewis, we get you. Dr. Lewis, we can trust him.
All right.
Me and my bus driving friends. Okay. All right.
As long as they good to her.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I just want to say is it doesn't matter what your title is. I think you should just find a partner that adds value to you, pours into you in every aspect of your life. I think what we get confused is financial with adding value and being my person. I want you to be my complete person, not just financially. Like Mika said, we could have dated anybody that had money, but are they pouring into me in every possible way? So it's definitely a lot of meat still left on that bone.
Derek said it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to have a part
just
2.
Ain't good enough.
I think we should do part 2, y'all. I'm like this.
I think we should do part 2, but I want to add another male into the.
I agree. I want to tap in Eric Butler Sr. and I kind of want to tap in Derek Smith.
As a king, can we settle this now? Can we have part 2 next week and we tap in Eric?
I'm look, I'm the junior king, so check with the king.
We can do it.
Let me know.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my final remarks. And I walk away. I always try to learn in every situation. Okay. Shared values is something I'm probably gonna preach and teach for the next month. Shared values. Because that was strong. That was big. I receive it. But I also realize I'm kind of like Mika. At this stage of my life, money and titles don't mean much.
Mm-hmm.
But this does.
Yeah.
You got to have me.
I'm telling you.
I think Lee said that, and that was strong. That was that has so much prophetic power on it. I mean, that shook demons off. You got to have me.
That's real.
And I get that not everybody has the key to you. So there's a person who's got the right key to have you. But that being said, man, I want to make memories. I want to be a person that I can be a part of their life. They can be a part of my life. We can do life together, regardless of income, regardless of title, regardless of any of that thing. Because we've all said it. We know people with millions of dollars that act crazy. We know people with no dollars that act crazy. So, again, would I date a hell yeah. But again, she got to have me. And we got to share it.
Have me. I love it.
All right, y'all. We got to wrap this thing up. Please, let's do part 2 because this thing is hot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And for Queen, Dr. Smith, for Queen, Dr.
Thanks,
Lee,
Queen.
Dr. Mika, for Queen, Dr. Nicole, who I think sat on a whole lot today. I think Queen Nicole swallowed a whole lot today. We gonna say tonight. We'll see y'all back next week on Queen3 King podcast.
Bro, bring the hook in. Queen3 and King, we the team. It's going down. We the talk of the town. It's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns. It's going down. Tune in now. It's going down. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. Tune in now. We just hit you with another one. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King. It's Queen3 and King.